Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox. I would like to welcome you to the Sunday Book Review. The Sunday Book Review is the series where I discuss books which impact the compliance practitioner, the legal professional, and the business professional. I hope you will enjoy this episode.
April 5, 2020, the Music to Brighten Your Day edition. And we begin with 1, 2, 3, 4, The Beatles in Time. Obviously, there are a lot of books about the Beatles, and this is the latest in a healthy list. It's an account of the band's lifetime told in 150 short chapters, not based on new research, but prior writings. It broadly traces the life of the band from post-war Liverpool through their days up until the end of the band. It is an interesting book that talks about the social aspects of the Beatles, their incorporation into the establishment, and everything in between. Really interesting, great way to start. It's probably not the deepest dive into the Beatles you can take, but if you're interested in the Fab Four, this is the book to begin with, I would say. Continuing in the rock and roll vein, we take a look at All I Ever Wanted, a rock and roll memoir by Kathy Valentine. At 21, Kathy Valentine was at the Whiskey A Go-Go in Los Angeles when she met a guitarist from the band The Go-Go's. That's an 80s reference if you've ever needed one. And the band needed a bassist. The Go-Go's became the first multi-platinum selling all-female band to play the instruments themselves, write their own songs, and have a number one album. Their debut, Beauty and the Beat, spent 6 weeks at the top of the Billboard Top 100. For Valentine, the band's success was a fulfillment of a lifelong dream, but it's only a part of her story. She talks about her path from childhood in Texas to the height of rock and roll stardom, devastation after the collapse of the band, and her quest to regain her self-identity thereafter. She speaks candidly about the lasting effects of parental betrayal, abortion, rape, and her own struggles with drug and alcohol and the music that saved her every step of the way. It is an interesting book about the 80s and musicians from the Police to Rod Stewart to actors John Belushi and Rob Lowe. So if you're interested in the 80s, this is a book for you. Taking things in a little bit different vein is Dave Brubeck-A Life by Phillip Clark. The music journalist Phillip Clark was granted unparalleled access to Dave Brubeck, and over the course of 10 days, he shadowed the quartet on an extended tour, recording epic interviews with the band leader. Brubeck opened up like never before for these interviews. Alongside with Ella Fitzgerald and Frank Sinatra, Brubeck's music has achieved name recognition far beyond jazz. But finding a convincing fit for Brubeck's legacy, one that recounts his mass popularity with his advanced techniques, has proved largely elusive. This is a thoughtful, thorough, and long overdue biography of an extraordinary man whose influence continues to inform and inspire musicians today. Structured around this lengthy interview, the book tells of several untold stories of jazz, unearthing the secret history of Take Five and many other aspects of Brubeck's early career around his creative relationship with Paul Desmond. Of course, there are cameos from everyone from Sting to Ray Manzarek to Keith Emerson, John Cage, Leonard Bernstein, and a wide variety of others. Each chapter explores a different theme or aspect of Brubeck's life. If you're interested in Dave Brubeck, jazz, or even culture from the late 50s and 60s, I would highly recommend this book for you. And finally, taking things in yet another direction is Max Steiner. During a 7-decade career, Max Steiner did more than any other composer to introduce and establish the language of film music. Indeed, the revered contemporary composers of today often cite Steiner as an inspiration. This book will tell you about his life going forward, and it's a great way to end these series of books. I know you will enjoy it. I have started a podcast, Compliance and Coronavirus, to bring clarity and sanity to the compliance practitioner. I hope you will check that out. It posts Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 9 a.m. The Sunday Book Review comes out each Sunday, as is its name, on the Compliance Podcast Network. I hope you'll enjoy it, and I hope you'll join me again next week for some new books to think about.